Hey, over there on YouTube, I got Cocoa. How you doing tonight? Hey everybody, how we doing tonight? Let's try that again. I hope we're all having a phenomenal time. Oh, I didn't move this camera. You guys get to see my messy desk. Oops. Let's go ahead and move this over here. Just like so. And let's clean up some of these paints. My last couple of things that I've been working on. It's way too cluttered. Hey, Pie Master, how we doing? Got my subs in there. I got Pie Master. I got Anasaurus. How are you guys doing tonight? Also got Kokella over there on YouTube. Hope you're doing good. And Shadow. Yes, you were first. That's right. That is right. Shadow was first, everybody. Don't forget it. Normally shadows come after, but boom, this shadow came before. So tonight, this is not mine. Got a bunch of stuff planned. This is going to be a long one. I already feel it. I already know it's going to be a long one, so zip up your pants. Because we're going to need some room to relax later. So you'll want to keep those pants zipped up now, so that later on, when you need the extra space to slouch down in your chair, you got it. No, I still have not figured out this cable. Nor will I ever. So we're putting all of the paints away for a reason. Posture check. My posture's amazing. Got my chest out. My back is properly arched, I believe. Are you saying no slouching as I lean over here to put my paints away? That would require moving all this stuff next to my chair. So there's a couple of new rewards there in the channel. And we are going to start doing some polls and betting here. Not betting. I don't like the word gambling. Whatever it is. The community things. If you're familiar with Twitch, you know what I'm talking about. We'll do some little versus games. Oh, I was talking about slouching down in my chair. Yeah, no, my pants will always be firmly zipped all the way up during every stream. Don't you worry, Pie Master. This is not that kind of stream. The deep blue, uniform gray, dark stone, necrotic flesh. So there is a reason we're putting all these paints away. And it's a secret. It has to do with the betting. I probably just gave it away because I'm distractedly putting away these paints. But yeah, there's 2 more rewards on the channel, guys. The first of which is for 2 million points, just get a model. Something we've painted recently on the channel, something you saw from a past episode. As long as it was one that I did for myself, you can just take it. And I'll get it mailed out to you. No charge to you, don't worry about that. Unless you're like super international and then like... No, I think even then, if you watched long enough to get 2 million points. I don't care. I'll pay for the shipping. And then 1 million points, buy my wife a pizza party. And in that one, I wonder who suggested this. You redeem it for 1 million points, and then I buy my wife a pizza and maybe some breadsticks. She's just gonna sit in the background and eat a pizza. That not my idea. I think my wife, when I were talking earlier, just wanted some pizza. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's what was going on there. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if she still wants to do it tomorrow. All right. Ah, we need the hot glue gun. One sec. I am not doing some bases tonight. No, tonight is a bunch of models. But I want to try something that I saw on the internet the other day, earlier today. And that is, instead of using blue tack, which I need new blue tack for sure, just using a little tiny dot of hot glue to temporarily attach your models to a temporary base. So we're going to try that today. The models for today, I don't have the box. I immediately threw it away. But we are going to be painting the this is the Ultraloth from Dungeons and Dragons. Kind of like a weird alien thing. And this really cool fox sorcerer thing called an Arcanoloth. Two monsters in the D&D manual that I did not know existed. It's a very cute fox. So, as I said on Tuesday's stream, we're going to be jumping around a little bit more in the monster manual, because just doing all of the A's, I could feel myself starting to just get bored. And I started poking through, and I saw some really cool stuff I wanted to paint, and I was like, you know what? I've just been getting models. I'm not going to worry too much about the order, because doing them A to Z would have been super boring. And I also learned that the list that I was working off of for Dungeons & Dragons included all of the stat blocks in the D&D guide. So I don't know if anyone's interested in watching me paint like a literal ape, but we'll do all of those sort of like boring normal critters either on Tuesdays or just at the end of the series. I want to do the monsters is kind of what I'm going for. Because like the normal animals are kind of like where I was getting really stumped for models. Just trying to see if we're hot here. No, not yet. Almost. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of skip past some of those boring things. There it is. And get to some of the more exciting ones. And I'll pull up the DM's guide while we wait for this here. Ah! Let's see if we got pictures of the Arcanoloth and the whatchamafalls, the Ultraloth. I keep thinking Lolth as in like Spider Queen. I can't stop. Alrighty, cool. So there's our Aarakocra. We did those. We did the Aboleth. We're gonna have to do some Angels. Ooh, anyone else really excited about the new Dungeons and Dragons Nolzur's Angel? And I'm really excited for those Warforged things. I'm very excited. Okay, so I don't see Arcanoloth in here. Let's see if it's in here. Very odd. Okay, wait. Did I pick up a Nolzur's mini that just wasn't in here? Let's check the index here. Yeah, so this is stat blocks. So what I was originally going off of was the 400 something stat blocks that were in the Dungeons and Dragons guide, which we will get to 100%. But I want to start by doing all the main entries first. So this one's going to be, I guess, a little bit of a bonus one, because this is one of the index entries. Okay, yeah. Oh, so Dash Lolth is a... Okay, so it's almost like They're jackal-like beings, and it looks like they can summon each other, almost like demons can. If I have any D&D nerds in here, I'm sorry, but my D&D nerd proficiency is not high enough here. So yeah, so there's our guys for tonight. Those two. Working on art while watching you today. Oh man, I'm so excited. Shadow, I'm waiting to hear back from the people that I ordered your Colossal Dragon commission from, and they're not emailing me back, and they updated the ship time to be out another couple weeks. So I'm sorry, I will keep you in the loop 100% on that, but I'm kind of at the mercy of how long it takes them to print that giant model, unfortunately. Okay, so we're just gonna grab a dot of hot glue here. The idea is that this will be able to be affixed to the base, and we'll be able to pull it off later, but we'll still be able to use things like nice mounts. Yeah, your dragon is just slightly delayed, because like these are the WizKids ones, so they're kind of irregular here. And apparently in the Null Zors universe, everybody is standing on some sort of stone, which, don't get me wrong, super awesome that they come with these sculpted bases, especially for somebody that when they started miniatures, nothing ever had a sculpted base that I started off with. But having them all be like the same generic, like I'm standing on rock, and not like rocks, plural, just a singular rock, is a little bit boring. Okay, cool. There we go. Done with the hot glue gun. That was actually nice and easy, and these should be pretty secure on there. At least enough to paint with. Let's grab our painting handles. Ta-da! And this one. You're going to use the super top-heavy one, sir. Oh, here is last Friday's model. The Beholder Spectator thing. Super, super cool model. Lots of fun. It was a viewer request. As always, if you guys want to see a specific model, just let me know, and we will make that happen. Especially if it's something that is super easy like this. It is exactly like the Beholder in EverQuest. So this is actually a Spectator, which is a subspecies or subset of Beholders. You can see he has 4 tentacles instead of 8. So these are summoned in order to guard your treasure for, I believe it was 101 years or 99 years, something like that. But yeah, which one are we starting with? We're gonna start with this guy. Pull up my little reference photos here. I really like the, I'm gonna go a little bit closer to the box art than I normally do here. So we're gonna start with a nice pale blue robe. Let's flip that around. And for that nice pale blue robe, we're gonna start real bright. We're gonna start with some Void Shield blue. And some Xanathar blue. So we're going to shake up these paints. And we're going to figure out which one of these is a little bit brighter than the other one. My guess is that the electric is going to be brighter. No, I was wrong. Oh, and I can confirm, I will start doing some streaming of video games here shortly. I love the idea of it. It'll just be something chill, like Skyrim. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim. I downloaded the special edition that has mods for the first time ever. So, and I once I get bored with the Bethesda created and provided mod engine, I'll start getting into something like Nexus mods. I started looking at that originally, and then I was like, you know what? They have a nice, awesome tool right in here that just shits in mods for you. Why don't I go ahead and start with that? Make sure I have fun with it. Alrighty, so we're grabbing this blue. And we're off. So as I've been re-editing the latest monthly video, I've started working on, I say monthly video, but I'm going to be honest, guys, it's kind of closer to every other month is what I aim for. I like to do them monthly, but I just don't have the skills yet to do them monthly. I'm starting to work with things like editing transitions, so on and so forth, which has been a lot of fun. I'd never played Skyrim with mods before, no. I was a vanilla boy through and through. And it's tons of fun. I'm getting to play a wizard for the first time, and actually in a satisfying way, with the combination of the Odin magic as well as the alternator perk reworks and some other stuff. It's actually been a lot of fun to play a spellcaster for the first time, because after level 25 you don't just start doing 0 damage to everything. I'm not being real careful with this first coat. There's going to be some gold trim and stuff in here, but this is a pretty thin coat of paint, so we'll be careful with it on the next rounds. Just want to make sure to get our coverage in. But yeah, so I'm playing like a really, really sick spellcaster for the first time, and oh my god, it's so much fun. Killed Mirek. In the matter of a couple weeks, I've become Master of the Mages College. I finished the Thieves Guild. I'm doing the Dawnguard expansion now for the first time. I understand the kind of sub-obsession a lot of the community has with Serena. Not like in a I'm thirsting kind of way, but in a it for whatever reason it just feels like whoever did the voice acting and like whoever did the NPC dialogue for Serena, they put a lot more effort into hers than a lot of the other companions that you can get. She's the first one that hasn't just annoyed the hell out of me immediately. Is all that up there gold? Yeah, that'll all be gold. So there we go. We got our play Skyrim. So many pets, wolves as mounts and pets. Yeah, so I like doing the, what is it called, where you do the, it's an alteration spell that makes you move at like up to 3 times as fast out of combat, and you can also dual cast it, so you just zip across. I'd also never played with any kind of console commands too, so I sped up my character a little bit too, so now the idea of getting on a mount is just kind of awful. Combined with the spell pack that I had also had like move, faster and mounts and slow fall, things like that. Nothing like super game breaking, but also it doesn't feel like you have to be on a mount to get anywhere in any fast amount of time. We need a slightly... Let's go ahead and grab a deep blue here. And we'll use this to paint the inside of the cloak, as it were. But I just picked up the crossbow for the first time and absolutely love it. Absolutely love using the crossbow. Because as my character had never picked up a weapon before, the crossbow is kind of like absolutely perfect. We're going to mix in a little bit of that light blue. Just gonna try and getting back on these undersides of cloaks is never as hard as you feel like it is, but it does take more time than you want it to. And you just kind of gotta deal with the fact that you're gonna paint on your model. So that's why I like to do this towards the beginning of the painting, because you never really go back to it, really. So like I'm accidentally painting on his legs all over this guy, but we can touch that up. And I know I could cut him off this base and stuff, but we're trying to do a more beginner style tutorials here. A good enough painting on these Fridays. So I don't want to go with messing around with too much of that. Although this spell effect might be very short for this world if I can easily get it off here. Jeez, come on. Oh, it's one of those ones that's all the way around. Never mind. I wonder if I might be better served using something like this angled one. I mean, I don't know if better served is a word, but it's different. I've been differently served now. And then going in with this to try and get some of these areas. You don't have to be absolutely perfect with this either. As long as you get some of the major areas that are going to be seen. Okay. Jeez, I'm gonna level with you guys. I think this is probably one of the hardest paint the cloak challenges I've had in a while. All right, so let's go ahead and touch up some of this area here. So we're just gonna go ahead and grab some of these whites and stuff and kind of mix up a good semi-close. Just to kind of cover up some of these a little bit. Good deal. And we're just touching up these areas that we royally screwed up with our blue coat. There we go. I like it. Digging it. So there we go. We got a base coat of blue down. And let's go ahead and, so that was the void. Let's go ahead and see what the Xanthar looks like over top of the void there. It's definitely a little bit lighter, which is perfect. So then we're just going to go ahead and kind of start to add it in towards the top here. And across most of, kind of just glazing it over top of most of the folds and areas here. Doing a little bit of touch up here. Good deal. Almost there. Let's go ahead and get the top of this crease as well. Just adding the tiniest little bit of variation here as we go. And then it looks something like this. Although maybe without the excessive glare. It's trying to focus on my hand, isn't it? Here we go. Blue. Look at the model, please, not my hand. Oh, that's right. I forgot my cheat code. I always forget my cheat code every week. I just like to put this up behind it. And there we go. We're starting to get a little bit of variation in color, kind of making it look a little iridescent, little folds, nothing crazy. We'll add a little bit more to that in a minute, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started on his skin. Now this one, it looks like he's got like kind of a greenish, almost Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z vibe going on. Yes, Kokala says wow on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you. And that was really, really just not anything crazy, guys. That was just 2 different blues applied in very thin layers in the right spots. So for the skin, let's see what I want to do. Let's go ahead and finish repairing our white base coat here. We want some areas to be really, really white like that. Preferably our highlight areas, like the tops of the muscles there, sides. Let's see, does he have a shirt on? Yes, he does. Good on you, man. And we'll go ahead and go for the slightly darker gray here. Some of these other spots, like underneath the elbows, we want to bring that down just a little bit. Underneath the armpit. And go back for a little bit more of the lighter gray, the lighter white. Things like the top of these arms, the shoulder along the ridge, the bicep curve, bicep and tricep curves is what we're wanting here. Top of his head, just kind of building a little bit more white, a little bit brightness on all these spots here. Nothing crazy. Starts doing all kinds of crazy things. I'm just painting white on white so that I can paint it green, man. There's nothing insane about that. Let's go ahead, do that. Oh wow, you got a really freaky looking face, dude. Looks like he has a gauntlet on that hand, so we're not gonna touch that. Alright, cool. Alrighty, so then, there we go. I stopped by my local gaming store, Yada Quest, and I picked up some contrast medium, as opposed to the normal lanthium medium that we use. So, this is gonna go away. And let's see here how long we've been going. What's our stream time, guys? 30 minutes? Okay, about 30 minutes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do just a little bit of wet blending here with some contrast paints for the skin. We're going to do this now as opposed to in a bit because right now we can still be a little bit sloppy with it. Oh, that's right, they shook these up. So it was really cool. First time I ever did, I went to a store and they had one of those nail polish shaker things. And every time when you got paints, they shook them up for you. So we're gonna go with some of that contrast medium. We're gonna do 2 colors. So a lighter one here. And a darker one here. So we're just gonna go ahead and get some of that out. And this contrast medium is just to thin down our paints and allow them to flow together just a little bit better. And the colors that we are going to use are going to be, let's see here. Thinking. Definitely going to use some Plague Bearer's Flesh. I want to brighten that up no, actually that'll be our darker one. That'll be perfect. And then for a brighter color to kind of give it that supernatural look, we're going to do a little bit of Tesseract Glow with a little bit of Skeletal Horde mixed in, I think. is what we're going to do there. That is the plan. So we're going to shake all these up. And to tone down the Plague Bearer's flesh just a little bit, we are going to add in a little bit of Gryph-Charger Gray. So there, we're going to use these four, these two, and these two. We're going to see how that works. The Tesseract Glow might be a little bit much, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ugh, I wish I had one of those nail shaker thingies to do this with. As you can see here, the paint is all super separated. See how it's like bright green down there and super light green up there? That's what you don't want, because that's where all the pigment is. And Tesseract Glow just doesn't have a very good binding agent in it by design. Oh, there we go. My agitator in there is starting to actually... So this whole time I've been shaking it, the metal, little metal BB agitator ball things that are in there were just stuck in paint or just coated in paint. Now it's starting to go. Frosty Cape. Oh, you don't have to do a lot to convince me to make something frosty. I'm going to level with you. Doing frost and ice and stuff are definitely my favorite things to do. And I need to get my hands on some of the Green Stuff World liquid ice, but I just can't find any like good. I can't find a good seller here in the U.S. and I don't want to pay for international shipping on just like a singular tube of something this big. So I need to wait until I want more stuff from them. Well, that hurts your arm after a minute, doesn't it? Nothing crazy starts doing all kinds of... There's nothing crazy about what's happening. There's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Yeah. So we're going to start off with a lot of the Skeletal Horde. And we're just going to add a little bit of the Tesseract Glow just to see where we're at first. Or actually, what if we did a little bit of this instead, actually? Some Talisar Blue and Tesseract. Just nice, bright and vibrant colors. I like that idea. We'll see what this looks like. Quite like that. Very sickly. Good deal. Okay. So there we go. We'll use those two instead. And then we'll add a bunch of medium here. And I kind of like that for our darker color. for our lighter color, we'll use just the Plague Bearers and a little bit of this. So start off, grab some Tesseract. And then some Plague Bearer's flesh. Yeah, and that'll be our lighter color. Hopefully combining those two, we'll get a really nice otherworldly look. Alright. Alright guys, as we approach the 1 hour session time, we are going to do our first poll. So what a poll will do is it's going to enable you to vote using your channel points, and you'll be able to win points so long as somebody else be able to predict the answer to this question. So let's go ahead, and the question is going to be, how many paints have we picked up so far tonight? After I cleaned up my desk, how many paints have we picked up and then put down? And so this is going to be bottles. So this is the medium, it does count. So think about it. No rewinding, you YouTube watchers. Oh, okay, wait. So it has to be a yes or no. Or wait, no, here we go. Let me make sure I didn't hide one. Alright, so I'll give you guys a minute. So we're going to start the prediction. And you predict with your channel points, so you'll be able to vote one side or the other, and the side that wins gets all of the points from the other side. I hope I left you guys enough time. I did put a minute on there. Okay, Pie Master. I might not have given everyone enough time. So what we're going to do... No, I can't actually stop it. So let's see here. Nine. Nine is the answer. So Pie Master, just because I've only ever been on the receiving side of this, did you just get 10 points or did you get your 10 points back? I gotta know. Because if you just got your 10 points back, I might need to figure out a different system here. I think you just got your 10 points back. Well, that's really disappointing, everybody. You gotta gamble those points. Yes, so I'm gonna definitely leave those open a little bit longer. I don't know, I just wish I had a fun way to do that, because I have so much fun doing it on other people's channels. I gotta think, what do you guys think would be fun? Maybe we could roll dice. Big old D20 roll, evens odds. Alright, so we're gonna grab our small brush, and we're gonna go with our dark areas here. And we're gonna grab the paint from our brush here, and we're gonna start at the dark areas. Like underneath the legs here. And over here. And then we're going to grab some of our lighter tone. And then from the light areas, bring it down. And then just start to blend those in together. And for more difficult areas where we don't have a lot of space in the model, we will do our best, and then we're going to go in with our darker color, and then just kind of trace in our highlights. I mean, sorry, our darker area here. There we go. So give you guys a little look-see here. There's our model right now. Getting there. It's looking pretty good. Got the nice kind of freaky flesh going. Go ahead and pull this picture again here. Alright, looks like some brown leather, and they put some very ostentatious gold on there, which is awesome. Ugh. Ugh. I, historically, am not a fan of bright gold. Just never really have been. But I do like this Greedy Gold by Army Painter. So we're going to use that. Wow, that cap got real dirty real quick, didn't it? I feel like I clean off these metallics every single time I use them. And every single time, they're just super disgusting. Hey, Tyler Tenders, how you doing, man? Tyler Tenders, I like the name. I like the name. Hey, paper towel. Oh, you're Tyler from work. How you doing, man? How you doing? I do now. I do. I was like, that guy called me Ricky. I wonder if he knows me. 100% this guy knows me. How are you doing? You having a good time? You enjoying your evening so far? I'll go with this one. Alrighty, now with this, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to trace along the edge of this cloak here as best we can. This is just like that. There's no need to try and rush it to get a good, nice coat the first time. As long as we have just a little bit of pigment on the area, we can just go in and mechanically do the same thing again. We're going to make sure we also get the inside edge here. There we go. You went to Chili's today. I'm going to pull this out a little bit. I miss Chili's chicken tenders. I used to eat their chicken tenders and love them. I legit miss. The reason I haven't gotten them has nothing to do with the pandemic. It's because my wife just does not enjoy Chili's. Gotta get some of what shit? Our camera's been right in front of my face. Some of their chicken tenders. You gotta get some of those chicken tendies. Oh, you got some of that shit. Yeah, there. I always love Chili's. One of my friends, I was roommate swapping around a lot. One of my roommates worked there, and she used to bring home chicken tendies almost every single day. It was awesome. You would think that I got bored with them, but nope. They were always good. Honey Chipotle chicken tenders. Honey Chipotle chicken tenders. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. And this is why I hate gold. It never looks good. And I always convince myself, oh, you don't need to undercoat it in brown. And then here we are. And I'm wishing I had just done an undercoat in brown. But it's fine. We're going to move on. And you know what? It's going to be good enough. It's going to be good enough. Chips in the fridge thing? Oh, yeah. Everybody, put your potato chips in the fridge and then eat them. And thank me later when you've done this, because you'll never enjoy chips the same ever again. Come on, camera. Please focus on me. Like, I put a bag of Fritos in the fridge a long time ago, and I got them out and I ate them, and I was like, these are amazing. I can't eat chips at room temperature anymore. And boom, done. Okay. Oh no, guys, that sleep was all wrong. Okay. I checked my reference photo here, and then I completely ignored it. If everybody is being so quiet because they're going out to the gas station right now to go buy some Fritos to put them in the fridge, then I'm okay with it. If you're doing literally anything else, go do that. Okay, that's fine. Shadow, you get a pass because you're drawing. That's fair, I guess. But the next time you get Fritos, you put those fuckers in the freezer or the fridge. Or I swear, I will go to... No, I won't, because I don't want to drive anywhere. I'll hire somebody nearby to your house to do that for you. I like how I started off like, I'm going to hire someone to be up, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I will hire somebody to go put Fritos in your fridge. Which arguably would be more upsetting. Oh, Keto. That's fair. We made a little whoopsie daisy, and that's okay. Everybody makes whoopsie daisies. We're just gonna fix it up here with a little bit of, oh god, we're making it so much worse. We just need to wait for it to dry. My thing went off. What happened? UX haha unfollowed me and then followed me. Well, back and forth. UX haha. More like UX haha, making fun of me, getting me all ready to go. And then boom, there you go, you leave. But thank you very much for the follow. I genuinely appreciate it. I look forward to hopefully getting to know you and becoming the best of frenzies. No. We're gonna use... I'm feeling like giving him some orange boots. Yeah, that Plague Burst Crawler. Oh, man. Just chef's kiss, Dr. Praetorius. Super awesome. Good job, man. That was, like, spot on. Amazingly clean. If you don't mind me asking, how many hours? Because I've put a lot of hours and a lot of hours into stuff to make it look that good, and I can't imagine. Like, you guys get to see just like casual painting sessions and stuff. But I used to put so much time and effort into every little model, and I just stopped enjoying it. Now I just throw paint on stuff, and I say, good enough. Maybe 20, yeah. I think I mentioned it the other day. I usually do like maybe 2, if that. Yeah, that's 20 hours in a single model. I've done that before, but no, not anymore. But like, I can't find a single misstroke or anything I would have done differently on that Plague Burst Crawler. Like, you should be so genuinely happy with that paint job, sir. And I hope that you are. If you are not, I'll take it. Bye, Tyler! I hope you have a great rest of your night. And I'll catch you on the next live stream, buddy. And I'll see you at Sunday at work. I won't see you. You're in a different state than me, but... Yeah, but Pie Master, that's a game. That's a video game of Total Warhammer. Which I've been watching your live streams, man. You seem so upset at every game that you play. All the time. I've been meaning to talk to you about this. You just seem angry about all of the games that you play. Is everything okay at home? Yes, we are still working remote. Speaking of everything being okay at home, is everything okay at home? You're so upset at all the video games that you play. And I'll say this, it's not like in like a fun jabby kind of way. It's like you're genuinely upset, and I never hear you say anything nice about the video games that you play, and I'm like, does he want to play something else? He could probably play something else. You never say anything positive. Yeah, things at work are driving me up a wall too. Yeah, what you gonna do though? Oh, this hand is supposed to be green too. I'm gonna grab some of our lighter green, and we'll blend it in with some of our darker green. Start with the lighter green though. And this again is that mix of 2-to-1 Basilicolum Gray, Gryph-Charger Blue, and Tesseract Glow. And then over here is our Tesseract Glow mixed with Talassar Blue, if I remember correctly. And then with this darker shade, we'll also go ahead and we'll add some more of the darker areas as well. As somebody that's worked in game design, man, I gotta be honest with you, some of those little things that you feel are little things to fix just really aren't. it's so hard, especially when you're diving in and you're working on something as large as something uh, as big as like Total War. I mean, the number of people that are involved in every little fucking thing, it takes forever. But you have to keep pumping out games, otherwise you become irrelevant very quickly. Unless you have like an all-star stellar hit like Borderlands, they can that game company can afford to not release a game for 10 years if they want. You enjoy the most things you play, just some irritate more than others, and when I get real into the game, I get overzealous. Yeah, I would say that. Hypercritical, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What was I gonna do for that glove? I had a plan for the glove. Oh, it just kind of matches. Go ahead and keep that in line with the rest of the loincloth area. I wish, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again on probably every single one of these streams. I wish that these WizKids D&D models were just a slightly larger scale. I wish they were all more heroic scale, kind of like a lot of Warhammer figures are. Yes, well, not a lot of Warhammers are larger scale, but it's just the amount of detail on these models lacks. So you hit that weird curve of you want a little bit more space to be able to play a little bit more with your colors and stuff, but you don't have it. But you don't have as many giblets and details and such to play with on the model itself. So you just kind of end up in this weird awkward spot. It's time to wake up, everybody. It's time to wake up from our nap. Part of it, so I'm staying talking and engaging with the stream more. Did you figure out your chat thing so you can actually engage with your people that are watching you? Because it's really the first time I was like, is he ignoring me on purpose? Did I offend John? Because I was watching you, I was trying to talk to you, and you just couldn't even see anything that I was sending you. I was like, oh, is he mad about something? I have a spare monitor I can give you. You need just another monitor. Oh man, hit me up. I'll help you get overlays and stuff figured out. Let's go ahead and we're gonna add a little bit of white into this blue. And we're gonna add a little bit of a glaze of the aromatic blue as well onto the cape, just to kind of add a little bit more depth. We gotta make that. Well, I mean, like, I'll totally play Total Warhammer with you, and I'll totally help you with stream overlays. But those things don't really usually happen at the same time. But yes, I am 100% down. Yeah, I finished the Lord of the Rings commission. I definitely don't have one more of those guys to do tonight, and I'm dropping it off to him tomorrow at 2 o'clock. No, I have to finish this girl. This is the last model. It's Dis, D-I-S. But yeah, besides that, 100% done. It's been a lot of fun, and I am delaying my current video because I found a really good YouTube series, and I'm going through and I'm adding in like really cool transitions and stuff into my Maverick sponsored terrain trash build. Oh, that's the other thing I have to do tomorrow. I have to go into there and drop off that. I think Mike wants them in the store for voting or something. I don't know. I did not build mine with the idea of moving it ever, so we'll see how well it holds up. There we go. But yeah, lots of fun. I painted up, let's see, we had Ballin yesterday, and then we did more of the finishing touches on this lady, who I forget her name, and this lady. She was a lot of fun. So yeah, we got them all done, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with all the Lord of the Rings things. They're so tiny. I'm realizing that now. Oh no, they're about humanoid size, D&D model size. Huh. I want to paint, oh yes, I guess I gotta do their bases and stuff tonight too, but that's, yeah, that's just a couple hours. Done and dusted. I really like, so this is the first time I've ever successfully used Apothecary White. Was on his beard. And then I hit the crevices with Basilicalum gray. I need to maybe do another orange glaze on his robe and reseal them. But yeah, they were a lot of fun. I like the dwarf. Yeah, first time I've ever used Apothecary White successfully for anything, like at all. Just I don't know why. It's just such a garbage paint. I don't. It's like, did nobody use it before they were like, yeah, let's make this white a thing. Sorry. For those of you that are not in the know, so this is Apothecary White. It's a contrast paint by Citadel Models, and it's kind of so many of the contrast paints are so amazing in every way, shape, and form, and so usable and so versatile. You see me use them all the time, but this one's just, I've never really successfully used it on like anything, so it's nice to have done that. Star Wars Stormtroopers, yeah, because it's got like that, I like that they added the little bit of blue in there, and I actually added a little bit of Gryph-Charger blue into my Apothecary White, just a little bit more, because I wanted to add just a little bit more of that blue, which is how you shadow white usually, is a very light blue. And yeah, I could see that definitely being useful there. And then here we go, just Gore-Gruntifer over top of the gold, the greedy gold, just to kind of bring those details back out. Yeah, so I uninstalled Destiny, but yeah, John, we can definitely hit up some Total War. while I'm like clipping videos or doing something. I would love to play some games. Not tonight though. I gotta finish up the Lord of the Rings stuff. I'm officially at my deadline. I wanted to do, and normally it's a project that I would have been able to knock out like in about a week and a half or so of just solid painting, but I wanted to do as much as possible on stream because the gentleman that the job was for was actually watching them on stream, so I wanted to do a lot of them on stream if possible. So, but Star Wars Stormtroopers. So I'm actually doing this Tuesday. I haven't decided what I'm going to paint, but I have to do a Count Dooku for somebody, the Fantasy Flight one, and I gotta get that knocked out. That'll probably just be a one-nighter kind of dealio. Where's my Aethermatic blue? Hey, any of you guys watching, let me know when you want to gamble your channel points again and guess how many paint pots we've used. I gotta think of something better. We could just do straight evens or odds. I'll roll a dice. I mean, how else is my wife gonna get her pizza party? Did I set that high enough? I think I set it at 1 million. I don't want to buy my wife a bunch of pizzas. I mean, she'll like the pizzas, but yeah, 1 million points, yeah. And then don't forget, everybody, 2 million points, you just get something. Done. So if you had D&D campaign, you want one of the monsters that we painted up, even one of the bigger ones, just let me know. Oh, I moved my camera back while I was painting. So, consensus, are we getting close to good enough? Let's see. Ah. I think we're getting pretty close to good enough. I need that cape to dry a little bit more before I keep working on it. And the gold is really reflective under these lights, but I'm actually really happy with the way it is now. It looks really bad. Metallics always do on under bright light. Let's see, do I want to give him a funky sword? No, it looks like in the concept art he's just kind of using a normal sword. That's fine with me. Plate mail. Or gunmetal. We'll use gunmetal. I wanted to grab plate mail, but I grabbed gunmetal by mistake. It's fine. Oh, last stream I had a bunch of questions, comments, and concerns about the ads on the channel, and I figured it out. So when I manually give you guys an ad, it turns off the Twitch ads for a certain amount of time. So you don't just randomly get ads. I can just kind of run them when we aren't doing anything important. So I'll probably do those like right before I go on breaks and stuff. And yeah, that's it. It wasn't very complicated. Actually, I'm thinking about it a little bit more now. I think, yes, I'm definitely going to do some of the work on the Count Dooku on Tuesday. But I also need to paint my Driss Duerden model for this month's, for the current crafting video, the Book Nook diorama that I'm building right now and that I'm doing the recordings on. I need to get that painted up. So I might do a little bit of painting on Tuesday. Actually, it's really cool. Very excited. I gotta find it though. It's somewhere. Ah, what's going on? My phone went beep. I want to play Legion so bad, man. I want to play Star Wars Legion. But I don't want to pay for it or buy it. I just want to paint it. So if anyone wants any of their Legion stuff painted, let me know. I'll paint it. I just don't want to buy any of the models. Alright, so that looks good. That looks good. We're getting there. That's still way too wet to paint over. Okay. Alright. Well, nobody's hitting me up for the voting. 2, 4. It's kind of a dumb thing to vote on too. How many paint pots we've used? How many paints we've used? If any of the rest of you have any ideas, I want it has to be a binary question, a yes or no, or 2 different options on something that people can gamble their points on, or predict. Sorry, it's not gambling, it's use a prediction so that they can get points. I love when I get to do predictions on other people's YouTube channels. It's a lot of fun, and I end up losing all of my points all the time. But if you're smart about it, you could get a free model very quickly. Or do a stream where my wife just slams a large pizza behind us for the first like hour or so, I guess. Whatever you want to do. It's her idea, I swear. Let's go ahead and add some off-white into a brown. And where's my brown that I like to use? Here it is. We'll add a little bit of off-white into this leather brown and do a little bit of details on the cloth here. So we're using this brown just to add a little bit of noise to the Gore-Grunta section and to add the highlights onto the Snakebite Leather section. This guy is going to be a nightmare to base. Although actually no, I just won't use a texture paste on him. I'll end up just using a ground cover. All right. I think we got our, what was this guy? Our Ultraloth done. And look at that, guys. We got the first model done in the first 90 minutes. Awesome. Only 2 more to go. So we're getting there. We're getting there. And we're going to take a short break. I'm going to do the spell effects here when we come back. I just like to hit those with like a translucent paint, nothing crazy. See, what color do I want to do them in? They did them in like a fiery red, but I struggle to do that without an airbrush, so we'll pick a color. We'll pick a color. If anyone wants to pick a color for this, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just probably just do something really bright, like blue or red. And then we'll call this guy good enough. And we'll crack on with our little fox friend. I need less bright lights. Let's turn that down. Does that help? Kind of. No, I genuinely need those more photographer-esque lights. Or I just need to remember to turn off my camera. So then we're going to do this guy when we come back. Lots of robes. Ah. And we might do some of this. Get it? Because the character's name is DIS. Dis. Alright. I'm going to switch over to running an ad real quick, guys. And then I'm going to go on a short, like 5 or 10 minute break. Grab a snack. Probably eat a banana. And you guys don't go anywhere, please. I'll be back. All right, everybody. Let's do this. All right. It's time to paint a fox wizard. Fox wizard. Or is he a foxy wizard, guys? I think he's probably just a fox wizard. We're gonna give him some really crazy dark clothing. We're gonna go with skyish purple on the sleeves and pterodon turquoise on the bulk of his robes. So we're gonna go easy mode on this guy. And we'll add some highlights. Go ahead and we'll do the big bulk of the robes first here, guys. Oh, I need to make sure I have my chats open in case somebody wants to hang out. That's why I do this, to hang out. Okay. So I really like these dark colors on these robes. Because normally I would want to do something like this, like really fun and whimsy, because it's a fox, you know. But I'm kind of feeling the more sullen vibes tonight. So we're gonna give him much more toned down appearance than I think I normally would. Just talked to my wife. She's upstairs getting the active watching Twitch points so that she gets a pizza party. So she's working on getting that pizza party for herself at this point. Which means you guys will just get to chill and watch her eat a pizza in the background. She said in her mind she doesn't actually interact with you guys at all or even look at the camera. She just sits off in the corner and looks the other direction and eats a pizza. And I was like, that's fair. If that's what you wanted to do. A weird request for me to add to the channel, but hey, incredibly supportive throughout all of the launch of Good Enough Painting and all the streaming stuff as well. So if that's what she wants to do, that's perfectly alright. Alright, I'm having issues with this sculpt. I always have issues with the WizKids sculpts. You'd think I'd just get better at them. Oh, because it goes up to the fucking shoulder. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it every time. Alright, so we're gonna have to go over some of this. No big deal. Alrighty. We'll hold off in just a minute on the adding the skyish purple there. Got 5 viewers. Is anyone painting anything? Anyone enjoying themselves tonight? Anyone got good big plans for this weekend? Anything fun going on? Got a hot date or I don't know. An unattractive date that you're really excited to go on because it's the first date in a while. I don't know if I don't think anyone's really that shadow. I think if you're going on a date, you're just excited to be there. I don't think anyone's like, ugh. Weekly EverQuest session. I've never played EverQuest. I've heard that it's pretty good though. Is that game still like active with like a, or is it like a more of one of the dead RPGs? Because you know what I mean, some of them are really got those vibrant communities still, and then some are just super dead. Painting off camera again. Difficult, we're playing on like the beginning of the game. Okay, so 700 to 800 people is not bad. mean, no, it's not like Final Fantasy 14 levels of awesome, but very few things are, to be honest, in terms of player-based community and number of players. I absolutely love Final Fantasy 14. It's like one of the first games that healing was so much fun. It actually got me into healing in other games too, like World of Warcraft. Absolutely loved it that much, actually. Your druid get paid to teleport people and get paid doing so. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. It's kind of like mages, I guess, in some of the older editions of World of Warcraft. I think it used to be a lot more common for people to buy teleports in the older editions, if I'm not mistaken, before they made traveling around a lot easier. See, I love tanking in Final Fantasy XIV because you do usually have multiple tanks, so it's not just all on a singular person. An incredible amount of stress. I like that vibe a little bit more. In games like WoW, I did not enjoy tanking. I was good at it, and I did it as a main, but it was part of the reason why I quit the game was because like when you get up to the high mythic pluses or like raids, it's just so easy to totally fuck everything up for the whole group, just like in a heartbeat. And it's not like oh well, somebody's DPS was low, but everybody else could have put in a little bit more DPS and made up for it. No, it's like a 100% like you messed up and we wiped immediately, and then I just want to vomit. See, I always did when I was raiding with Josh and them, I did Ret Pally for my main DPS class, and then he convinced me to try tanking for the raids. I was like mildly interested, but after doing it for half a session, I was like, oh man, no, and I quit WoW almost immediately. I was like, no, this is it, I'm done. This is not what I want to be doing at all, and I don't think I've actually played since. I think I started playing Final Fantasy XIV with some of my friends, and how easy it was to change jobs, and that was just so cool and appealing. Yeah, that's actually pretty much the story of how I quit WoW. Was Josh convinced me to tank, and I thought I was having fun, and then I got really, really stressed. No, I think I hung on for like another month after that, but like I didn't join the raids at all anymore because I just felt awkward. But I loved the classes, but now Blizzard has all that stuff, and I'm usually not one to not use products because of people's political views and things like that, but all that Blizzard stuff just too much. I'm like, crap. Alright guys, I'm usually pretty not insensitive. I'm pretty usually like understanding that like a product isn't a representation of the individuals that came together to make it. It is a product of its own volition and entity, and consuming the product itself doesn't necessarily mean that I support a couple of bad individuals, but it could be that I represent like somebody that's enjoying the entirety of an amazing product that so many people put so much effort into. But then when those people were actively treated like garbage and all this other stuff, I'm like, okay, too much, a little bit too much. So yeah, bans and stuff is pretty close. Yeah, I'd say bans usually have a lot less people involved. Why is that a string for my shirt? And so yeah, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'll still enjoy the music. This Chinese dragon is giving you a hard time. Oh, by the way, oh wow, it's just a clump of hair. My wife's hair. That's fun. Ugh, gross. It's like, is that a bug? The image that you're making, it is a full screen image, right? It's not like already clipped around those sections that it was in that picture. Because I want to just use the full screen image as the backdrop, and then I'll use the overlays are transparent and they'll go over it, if that makes sense. Good deal, it's a full screen image. Okay, good deal. I just wanted to make sure, because the last thing I would want to do is be like, oh, can you do this area so I can move something in the future? I would feel so bad. Okay, we're gonna add the Skylish Purple now to the sleeves. This is gonna be heck dark. Oh no, that's not even anywhere near dry yet. You can see the paint starting to separate and almost like after you're finished touching it, like kind of separate off the model, almost like it's pooling up, or the reverse of pooling up. Usually just means that there's a little bit too much water or undried acrylic paint mixed with water in there. So like, I kind of like that milky look with the white in there, so I'm going to keep that for now. So we get a big bunch of it at the top, and then we're just going to spread it around here. And we'll add highlights to this in a minute. Piemaster, if you are still in chat, next weekend I am free to pick up your, not Gundren, your other hero. What's his name? Gotrek or something. And that limited edition dwarf character. Now that this Lord of the Rings thing is finished up, and my next job is just the Count Dooku, which is really simple and easy, I'm good to go pick those up from you, sir. I'll send you a message after this. I think you're probably playing a game at this point. And especially since it looks like Shadow's dragon is going to get here. Never. No, I'm being overly dramatic there. It just, one of the biggest things that frustrates me is when companies give a date and time believing that you would pull business if they didn't give a certain one, and then renege on it. It's just like, I'm ordering such a particular thing. I'm ordering a 3D printed giant dragon. Like, I understand that it's going to take some time. I understand. Like, I have a 3D printer. I hate using it. No, I'm kidding. I love using it when it works. But I have a 3D printer, so I understand. But, like, just be honest with me about how long it's going to take, and we'll all be good. Oh, that's right. They actually emailed me while I was on the break. Let me see what they said, Shadow. Yeah, Shadow hit me up for a giant, colossal red dragon job. Super excited, super ready. I'm super ready to paint that. Kaioshimaru? I'll look that up in a sec. I should know that. Okay, so as of now, it looks like 1 month is the delivery date because I can leave a review on the object in on September 15th. Yeah, so it'll be about 1 month when it'll be here in hand. Oh, I haven't tried Googling Kyoshimaru. I got nothing, man. Are you referencing an anime that I either watched and only half paid attention to? Oh, that was the name of the dragon. Okay, yes. I knew I recognized that name, and I was like, it's like Zeodius, the name I use for everything, all video games and everything. People try Googling it, all they're ever gonna find is my shit. It's a word I made up in like, it's a name I made up in like 8th grade or something. Alright, so we're gonna start with the gore grunts of fur on this fur. Very lightly here. Okay. I do like that. And we're just using this because it'll make getting all these little details and stuff very easy to do because this is a contrast paint. And again, I didn't do any explanation of my paints tonight. I'm chatting a little bit too much. This is a paint that is designed and manufactured to not be as thick or have quite as good a coverage. So it's translucent, which is why we're just doing it straight over the base coat, which is why I love using the contrast paints on these Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures, because it's just a perfect base coat for contrast paints, frankly. You get you get good vibrant colors on them. Hey, Pie Master's back. Yeah, Pie Master, you need to text me. We need to, next weekend, I want to exchange and pick up the rest of your dwarf models. mention it earlier, but I think you were playing something. What were you playing? Or rather, I saw you on Discord playing something, so I don't know if you were actually playing it or if you were just had it open. Because I like to play a video game on my breaks at work and on my lunch sometimes. So sometimes I'll just like leave it open all day on my personal computer, and then like whenever I'm on a break or something, I'll just pop over and be like, I'm gonna play this game now. So I don't have to wait for it to start up or anything, because I get very short breaks at work. This Gorgon to Fur or the Snakebite Leather are going to be the two contrast paints that I run out of first, because I will have never actually used up a pot of it. And I know for a fact that it's because I've spilled both of them at least twice. Paints last so long in this hobby. I don't think I've ever actually just used something up. I think I've either replaced it because it's gone bad, or I've ruined it somehow. Which is one of the great things about miniature painting. We're painting something so small with acrylic paints that are thinned down with water, so you get so much mileage off of such a small little container. You can see there, we're just gonna bend the book out of the way, just gently. There we go. Yeah, everybody, go look at it. Everyone go look at this video that Ed the Dread just threw into chat. We're actually all going to go do that right now. The Bolters at Dawn people are part of the only reason that I've ever felt happy while painting models live, because they sometimes join the stream here. So we're going to... I don't know how to not do it from my desktop. So I'm going to mute my mic real quick, and I'm going to pop in here, and we're going to look at this. And we're going to do one of these. Go, go, go. I'm actually going to copy that. And I'm going to paste it again so I can watch on my phone here real quick, guys. and I'm gonna tell this Spotify song to chillax for like a minute. Yeah, so everyone watching, if you're actively watching, go check out this video. Let's see what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna let this buffer for a second. Obviously, I am streaming, and I think my wife is doing something upstairs. So give us just a second. Gonna let it buffer. The wife has hijacked my stream to try and get herself free pizzas at the cost of viewer channel points. Wait, who made this? Was this doc? Who made this video, Solo? Oh, YouTube people. If anyone's watching on YouTube, go watch this. This should post to both. If anyone's watching on YouTube, this is a local community here that I absolutely adore, and that are super supportive and deal with my inability to socialize properly. Prepare your minis for the Warhammer 40k turn. Oh wait, no. Oh man, there's too many. There's so many things. Okay, and I looked away. Okay, wait. Okay, my mic's off. Okay. Yes. Um, I might. Okay, what days are those? November 10th and 11th. If you're a local gamer, if you're one of the groups over at the Yada Quest that sometimes pop into my stream, and you want to get in with a super awesome community, not get in, but break into your first competitive, not competitive. What am I trying to fucking say, guys? Sorry, that was a really good video. If you're looking to go to your first event, this is definitely an awesome one to go to. I'm going to pull this up on my computer here. I don't want Seaflyer. 90 days. Oh no, I needed my days off and a calendar. I work a weird schedule and I already have entered in most of my vacation, but I can move it around because I was just throwing out days. November 12th to the 14th. Okay, well, I don't have any of those. Those aren't any of the random days that I requested off, but I will see if my boss is cool with me moving them. Is there a schedule? Let me see if there's a schedule. Solo, are you still here? I have questions. Okay, yeah, there's a schedule on the website. Never mind. Open gaming hall, early registration, painting competition, open play. Awesome, awesome. Saturday registration, so it's a open play on Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday is the tournament. Yeah, so if you guys are looking to play your first couple of games at a tournament scene, I would highly recommend, at the very least, going Friday night and doing the open play. I I frankly regret going from only ever playing a couple of pickup games to doing a full tournament. I would 100% say if you've never played like a game in a store, doing a tournament, maybe not the best place to start because you're talking about uh 12 hours of games on Saturday and like another 6 on Sunday. So it's a little exhausting. You can get a little burned out. Oh yes, Dr. Praetorius, give me a sec. I will get you a link to the Discord. Uh, oh yes, and Shadow, I see what you sent me. Yes. All right, Dr. Praetorius, let me go ahead and invite you here. Never invited anybody to a Discord. Quick. How do I invite somebody to a Discord? Solo, I'm trying to get. Okay, yeah, thank you, Ed. Thank you. I've never done that. I've never done that. Yeah, no, I'm serious. Like, I'm very excited. I'm definitely gonna come on the Friday, and then I'll probably. Oh man, there'll be open play on Saturday night. Okay, cool. I am very much excited to at the very least, do the open play sections because I can get Friday off no problem. Tournaments, man, I struggle with tournaments, but I want to do it. I really want to do it. But yeah, if it's your first event and stuff, normally these things don't have any open play, which is so cool that you guys are doing an open play section. A lot of the times, I'm gonna turn this back on. Because now I just hear my own voice and it's god awful. Normally you get to like go to a tournament and then like you play in the tournament and but if you get to go to this event, you get to go and see what it's like and hang out and you get to see what it's like to play in a big hall like that in the open play sections. So if you're nervous about it and you don't want to do a tournament, I think these Bolters on guys, like they got it right. Like do some open play. um and if my boss is cool with it, I will definitely be participating in this tournament. As long as my boss is cool with me taking all the days off work. We'll see. And hopefully I have a list that I enjoy playing. Yeah, guys, go do this. If you're a 40k player or you want to be, this is a good place to do it. Good place to start. I'm just still poking around the website and looking at the venue. Okay, so it's right over there near Union Center. So awesome. If you're familiar with the area, it's not bad at all. Guys, that video is awesome. Who made that video? Yeah, I can actually. I'm looking at stuff on my work computer now. Sorry. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna be able to go. I will talk to the missus, make sure we don't have any plans that weekend, and yeah, done. I'm gonna save that link, chat.bolters@dawn. I'm gonna actually add that down into my Twitch description here. My wife is vehemently not a fan of Warhammer or anything tabletop gaming related, but yes. And she also does no painting whatsoever. All of this is entirely my own thing. But um, we have a pretty good relationship. As long as we don't have anything planned that weekend, then she won't care if I go do that. We aren't in the kind of weird relationship where like she'll say no because it's not time with her. We're both pretty independent people, which is kind of why we've worked together for the last 7 years. Yeah, no, awesome. I would very much like to do that. I just need to conquer all of the social anxiety that comes with leaving my house. Yes. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. A painting challenge where everyone had a pot of paint for 5 minutes, then passed it around the group. That's actually like some fun stuff like that. I love doing fun stuff like that. That's awesome. Yeah, guys. I think some Mavericks people might watch this later on YouTube or something. I know a couple of you guys do. Bolters at Dawn, awesome Discord. I will hit up Mike at the owner of Mavericks, and after I get off stream here, and I'll see if he's cool with. Do you guys have paper flyers? I'm going over to the store tomorrow. I can print one off and see if he's willing to put it up in the store. He's always willing to support other local groups and stuff. Is there? I guess I could just hit you guys up on Discord later, because I see you guys are all in a chat right now talking. So I will post up in the Discord here in a little bit and see if there's a paper flyer. But I think we will overflow. Yes, I highly suspect that you guys will overflow as well. Yeah, I guess. Oh, shit. Shit, that is right. That might be why she says no to doing the tournament. But open play, I'm more than happy committing to open play and at least buying a spectator thing. That is a good point, though. With both my wife and myself being in those at-risk groups with autoimmune conditions. Well, autoimmune on mine and respiratory on hers. Might not be the best idea yet, especially with the Delta Airlines coming through. And the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, just keeping on reunion touring all over the US, flying Delta Airlines. Yeah, that's a good point. It's kind of also why. Ha! He's almost got to see me spill a pot of paint. We're just gonna put these down here. Why I've kind of gotten so bad about my social anxiety and stuff has just been, we've all had a good excuse the last year and a half or so. I've had finally, like, there's been a good excuse to not want to leave my house, to not, besides the fact that I'm genuinely, no, I'm not getting into that here. Anyway, that video looks awesome. The event looks amazing. I want to know what 1 Albert means. I saw that in several places. Is Albert the trophy for the tournament or something? Is do I get crowned? So do I become a Prince Albert if I win? Because I don't want that. Gross. I don't want to be Prince Albert. I don't want a man to come up to me and be like, "Here's your Prince Albert." I feel like that's something that I should have to hire a professional to do. In fact, I would insist upon hiring a professional to crown me a Prince Albert. All right, so we laid down our contrast paint base coats. Now we're going to move on to brightening up our colors. But we hopefully get more information. I'm actually going to go back to the website. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't ever usually get excited about events and stuff, but I am very curious. So I'm going to actually check out some stuff. Enderverse, thank you. Sorry if you were not a member of our local community and you just saw me get super derailed for like an hour. I apologize. But thank you so very much. I appreciate every moment of your time that you spent with us here, and I look forward to seeing you again. Swag bags? For $30 you get a swag bag. Oh man, I'm curious about swag bags. Do I get to know what's in the swag bag? Or is it just swag? I need swag. Ability to enter and exit event hall. So for $30 you get the swag bag, you get the ability to enter and exit the event hall, and a chance to see people play 40k. I think that there should be a $20 one where you have the ability to enter the event hall, but that's it. You get a swag bag, you can come in, and you can watch people play 40k. And if the person that you think is going to win doesn't win, you're going to have to buy a ticket to leave. So that would be a fun tournament. Anyone watched any of that Charity Hammer thing that was going on? I know Bridger from Tabletop Titans was competing in it. I stayed up and watched him do his games. That was a lot of fun. Some touch-ups just from where that contrast paint didn't quite get coverage. All right, now we're going to go and we're going to add in some. I like using the contrast paints and then going over them with more matte colors. So like, I just like it. No, I don't really have much of an explanation there. I just genuinely enjoy it. I like the look that it gets. When somebody hopped in and said hype train on my stream though, I was really confused because I disabled hype trains on my actual Twitch account. Because I was like, no one should be giving me money in that sort of way. Not happening. I was really confused. So for the Pterodon turquoise, we're going to start off with a 2-to-1 mixture of Deep Blue and Wizard's Orb. I've found that that's kind of a good base point for bringing it up a little bit. We want it nice and thin like that. See that? So thin. Look how thin it is. And then we'll start with just the edges here. I usually like to start with an edge highlight just because if it's a little too light, it's an edge highlight there, and then I can work with that and darken it up. If it's a little too dark, I haven't really lost anything. I don't have to stress. And then we're going to grab some of the thinner paint over here. It's going to act like a glaze And then we're going to just bring up a couple of sections here, like so. Plus, I think if I remember, my first 40K tournament experience was really not a good one. I can't remember what tournament it was, but it was really cool because, and the only reason I ended up having a good time was the players were good. I enjoyed the players, and they did really great prize support. Like pretty much anybody that showed up and paid and was in the tournament walked away with a product of some kind that they would like. Like I got the Eldari Gateway, and I was pretty low in the rankings. It was my first tournament, but that was really cool. But like the guy, and I understand that tournaments in Memoriam are usually rough for, especially the people hosting them. But the tournament organizer was just wasted for a good portion of the tournament, and I was like, "What's going on? Is this normal?" Because it's very odd. But I didn't want to be too uppity, so I was like, "Okay, I mean, like this is nice and casual. It's fine." I came to learn later that that was not normal, and that most tournament organizers are not drunk during the tournament. But again, passes can definitely be given for in memoriam services in tournaments for sure, because it's always a rough time. If we find that we've put it on a little too thickly, we can just kind of blend it out. Go. That already looks 10 times better. Just adding a little bit of white into his snout and a little bit of lighter blue into his robes. We're beginning to get a little bit of a sorcerer. Now we're going to do some purple. I think that's a good color just to use straight out of the pot here, I think. Yeah, just gonna thin it down with a little bit of water. Same as with the Wizard's Orb. I still have some of that on my brush here. And there we go. We get a little bit of that. See this like solid black area from the Skylish purple? We're just gonna start to brighten these up. Just like so. I guess can't even see that. Do it again over here. So you see this area that's basically just solid black? We're just going to start to brighten it up a little bit. On the edges of the cloth there. And the top here. And we're keeping our paint super thin so that when it dries, it's not quite as opaque as it might look right now. And if you're ever worried that your highlights look too blocky, go look at a comic book. I mean, like, yeah, in terms of like beautiful blends, I'm talking about amazing miniature painters like Flameon Miniatures, or like, no, doesn't look that good, but we can all aspire to different art styles and stuff. And once you figure out where the highlights are supposed to go, you can really start to improve the transitions as you go. And there we go. Now we have a much better looking sleeve. Bah! There's the sleeve. Much better looking sleeve. Oh, much better. Kokala! Hi! I love it when my YouTube people pop in. Mike, I actually just mentioned you. There's an amazing event going on in the Cincinnati area. One of my other Discords that I'm a part of is Bolters at Dawn. I have a clubhouse over here in the Fairfield area. It looks like they're hosting a tournament in the Westchester area. I'm super pumped. And I was like, oh, wonder if Mike would want to do that. I'll send you the info. Or if any of my the Bolters at Dawn people are in here, send it over again. And then Mike can check it out. And there we go. Now we have just a little bit of a better looking cloak. Because the Skylash Purple is very dark, but it's good because it has those darks. You know, it's unlike a lot of the contrast paints where it just goes from like super light to like nothing at all. Right, so I'm going to add a little bit of off-white into this. Again, this is a crazy thin paint now. We're kind of almost making a glaze without using glaze medium because we've been a little bit lazy and we didn't want to get out the glaze medium. So we're just using a super thin paint. I guess I'll pull over my palette size and show you guys. If you guys can even see this up there in the corner without the glare on it. See just how thin this is. I mean, definitely translucent. Yeah, that one. Yeah, super awesome, cool tournament. And again, I just posting that up to YouTube as well. Really awesome community, guys. I think I owe it to you guys over there at Maverick and these guys here for, that's way too light for that, getting me out of my shell, because I've just been hobbying by myself alone in my basement for years, and now I'm doing it on Twitch with people I care about. I'm getting to do art projects for people that I care about doing them for. Getting to do charity work, so free commissions. It's just so much more fun, and I owe it all to a lot of the local community members. Because I know I don't ever show up to stores and stuff, but that's like an anxiety thing. That's not like a I'm not dedicated thing. Ah, no! See, what happens is when you have paint this thin, though, you have to be careful not to let your brush get too wet, because the paint can be thin. Awesome. But you don't want a bunch of too much moisture on your brush, because you want to be able to paint over top of things without the capillary effect coming in and hungry capillaria. Caterpillar? Hungry caterpillaring. I know that's not right. I'll work on that pun. I'll workshop that and I'll come back to you guys. Coming in and just soaking it all up into the recesses and ruining that wonderful deep recess lighting that you had going. So we go, lighter one. Shakabow. Shakabow, shakabow. And then we just add in just a little bit on the top here. A little bit there. Boom. We have a much better looking robe. Now, see if there's anywhere else where I really want to. No. I'm probably going to do it on the sleeve here as well. A really thick line around the sleeves here, just to show the differentiation in fabric. Add a good demarc line, if you will, just like so. And then we'll go in and we'll do some eyes. Get a nice tip on our brush. We're going to let that dry because I have an idea what I want to do with that. I know they look like just white orbs now, but just give it a minute, guys. We're going to fix that. I'm going to add a real thin layer of just white, almost like a... Actually, I kind of dig that. There we go. I accidentally flicked a little bit of paint on there, and I'm actually really digging that. Yeah, you're liking the stream in YouTube? I really appreciate that. The streams will always be on YouTube. Always. And the next video will be up soon, I swear. I watched some tutorials on how to edit videos, and I'm doing transitions and stuff. I hope that everybody likes them. And I also learned how to do some really basic effects. But you guys will get to see me work on this next month's crafting project. Hopefully Tuesday, I'm going to be working on the Count Dooku from Star Wars. I have a job to do that. Somebody hit me up to do that. And then I'm going to be painting a couple of the figures for the Book Nook diorama that I'm working on right now. So that'll be a lot of fun. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to freehand some letters. So we're going to grab a thinner brush, kind of like this. I'm like to see your stream in YouTube. I hope I understood what you were saying there, that you like to see it. Kokala. I really hope I understood that right, and you weren't asking for me to put my Twitch in there. So I'm going to choose that you're just saying, I like to see your stuff. I hope that's true. Okay, so we're going to grab some matte black. Yeah, what is that? Oh, just paint. And there we go. Get a little bit of it pulled out here. And the trick to making crazy runes and stuff is you just take a letter and you break it apart. So like the first letter of my name is Ricky. So I'm just going to do that part, and that part, and that. And in Twitch, good vibes. Yeah, good vibes. That's what matters here. Just some good vibes. That and just trying to share this and show how easy it is. So many people get so overwhelmed when they first try and start this hobby. And there we go. Now we have an arcane looking scroll. And that's just drawing some random crap on there. And once that dries a little bit more, oh, I guess I should do the back too. Once that dries a little bit more, we'll go over it with some colors. We're going to do, best thing you can do is just make sure you have a nice, clean, crisp point on your brush. Vary between really short, precise lines, and then some, just like when you're writing, I mean, you're just kind of drawing a little picture here. And there we go. Now it looks like it's got a little thing. Alrighty. Those eyes look ready. Are you guys ready? Yes, Shadow, I will see you in a little bit. I'm gonna grab just a little bit of yellow here. And just dot in those eyes. And it's okay if you overpaint around the eyes a little bit. It's just gonna look like they're glowing. Okay. Now let's go ahead and we're gonna grab a dry paint here, Tyrant Skull, and we're going to grab a dry brush here, this makeup brush, and we're gonna and then all right, and then just for the tip of the tail here, we're just gonna go from above here and bring out some more of these details. Like so. And this should help too. We did a really good job with the contrast paint, making the darks darker on the fur, but now we're just gonna go ahead and bring those lights back up. Trying not to overdo it on the parts of the leg that would be hidden. So just the sides here. And this again is just a dry brush that is, oh, there's some of the hot glue from earlier when we glued these on. Ah. I need new tweezers is what I need. Okay, and then just like so, same thing. Actually, we're gonna get a slightly smaller dry brush here. Smash it down into the bristles. Show those bristles you mean business. And there we go. I noticed a couple of spots that we're going to just touch up real quick. Just when you lay on a big broad coat of contrast paint, sometimes it just doesn't settle right, and that's no big deal. You didn't necessarily miss it. It just didn't want to stay where it was supposed to. So we're just going to tidy up a couple of these. Nice thin brush. Plenty damp. Because we're not trying to really paint, we're just trying to hide the white, if that makes sense. Like so. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do their spells, because we have this guy done, and we also have the Alien Man done. So they're kind of tabletop standard. We're gonna do their we're gonna do some spell effects. So I really like to use translucent paints on this, whether it be Turbo Dork, which is a phenomenal brand of color shifting paints. I like to use those on these Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures spell effects when I have the chance to and I have my airbrush out ahead of time. Otherwise, I'll just use Citadel. And so for yellow spell effects, I like to do a base coat of Iyanden Yellow. And what's cool about this is because it is a clear effect, you're not trying to actually cover it up 100%. You're just, as long as you've gotten either the front or the back or the side of an area, you don't want it to pool up. You just want to keep it nice and just a single layer on either side or on the top or something, because what these cool spell effects do is they're just refracting light, and you just want that light to be yellow. So we go in here like this. And then you don't have to stress too much about getting every little bit covered. Just do enough. And there we go. Posture check. That's fair. I've been hunching. That is fair. I do have a tendency to hunch back. Thank you very much, Solar. Oh man, I stretched too. Just don't make me use my left hand to paint right now. I'm about to do detail stuff. Cause that would be absolutely tragic. Where is my little rewards thing? Did I miss any? No. Pie Master, done. Done and done. Hey, don't forget, guys. You guys watching on Twitch? Choose the next model. 50,000 points. Those big ones. As soon as I get, as soon as I think people get more points, I'll start to do. I'll try and think of a good way for people to do predictions or something, so you can kind of double your points and such a couple of times a stream. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and go ahead and fill in that area. No, we're not. This is not an activity for a shaky hand day. We're kind of running a little bit out of steam here, so I might do that on the next stream. Fill that in just a little bit, I think. Yeah. But that spell effect is really cool, and once that dries, we'll give it a dry brush of probably Ancient Mummy. I usually like Moondust, but I think we'll probably use Ancient Mummy. So once that dries, we'll go ahead and we'll get that on there just to add a little bit of sharpness to it. You want that paint to be really sharp. And for this guy's spell effect, we're going to make it purple to match his robes, but we're going to use Magus purple this time. With the Magus purple, we're just going to do basically the same thing. Except we want it to be a little bit thicker because, and we want to kind of cover a little bit more of it. Because it isn't as just a particle effect. There's a skull and some detail in there. You know how earlier I said sometimes paint just kind of separates and you don't miss spots? Don't worry about it. I definitely missed a spot. So yeah, sometimes you do just straight up miss spots, but that's not the end of the world. Please check it out. Done. We have to go in, take a little break from our purple. Just like so. And I really want to make sure I get this down into the skull. Like so. And then once we get it on there a little bit, we're going to dry off our brush a little bit, and then we're just going to kind of wick away the excess. Just wick it away. Ta-da! And there we have the beginnings of that purplish spell effect. Okay. That should be fine. Well, I really, really like that thing, Shadow. That dragon is just absolutely amazing. Just that whole thing. And I wonder why my tweezers go bad so far. It's so fast. Yeah, I know. I should be using like a paper clip or something, but I just don't have one right at my desk. I'm lying. It's right. This paper clips are right there. Oh, I'm gonna check this out for you, Shadow. Yes. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Oh, I love it. It's got a. I think we were talking about Skyrim earlier and how I might start streaming that as well on the days I don't paint. I'm definitely getting that vibe. On like this Skyrim vibes on this. I love it and I am digging it. Oh, love it. Yes, I did, and that is exactly what that is. Sci-fi and fantasy. I love it so much. Yeah, Shadow is doing some art for me. Just to help out with some of the channel stuff because I am god awful at art. Alright. So there we go. Some angelic. Some ancient mummy. This doesn't add a lot, but what it does add is it just adds a little bit of sharpness into this clear effect, which is something that I feel like they always lack. It's just a little bit of sharpness. And there we go. Well, I really like it. I really do like that dragon. Oh wait, I can't see what I'm showing because I have the dragon pulled up. There you go. Okay. Yeah, and there we go. This is the Ultraloth. Paints it up to be good enough. So hopefully if you are a newer painter and you want to paint an Ultraloth, this was helpful. We'll do the base here at another time. I like to do the bases on my own, sometimes when I'm chilling. And sometimes when I'm really far behind, we do basing streams. And then we're going to do something very similar with this guy. And with the bright Lucius Lilac. We're going to pop that open, apparently for the first time. Get a little bit on our brush. And then get that real nice in the bristles. And then we're just going to flick. And then we're just going to flick some more. Really focusing on the front here. We want it to look a lot more like a skull. Yeah. Now you can see the skull. Wow. And here is your Arcanoloth. Paint it up to be good enough. If you're looking in the future and you're looking for a way to get a pretty decent paint job for your Dungeons and Dragons campaign, I really, really hope this was helpful. You can also add like a brown wash or something to the tapestry if you want, which I might do. Depends on how I end up basing him. And because we were testing a theory this stream, let's see if this works. If we can just pop him off of this little base. Oh man, that hurt. That was real dumb. Thank God that wasn't a sharp X-Acto knife. I would highly recommend doing that differently if you're going to do that. But it did work, and the hot glue immediately popped right off. Check that out. Oh, nice. Not even really bleeding. I guess that's the benefit of many decades of calluses on your fingers. So we'll do this one differently. We'll do this one less like a dumbass. We'll just pop it off like that. Why'd you do 24 years of martial arts? Well, so I could be a dumbass with an X-Acto knife and not cut my finger. Too bad. And then that, you can choose to, actually I'm going to choose to peel this off. There, boom! And then, you know what this is, guys? This is our second model done for the night. And you know what that means? Means I'm going to eat this banana. Where'd my banana opener go? What the shit? My banana opener. Ah! I found my banana opener. It's just this knife. Alright. So we just eat a banana, chill for a minute. You use a banana opener? Hell yeah, I do. It's this. This is what I use to open all my bananas. I kept forgetting to get bananas on my shopping order a couple weeks in a row, so it was just kind of hidden. See, I have nails, but I have issues with my nails. I'm using my autoimmune thing. I grow like really, really super thick nails, so I have to keep cutting them short Otherwise they get real nasty real quick. And I have these really, really long nails that, even though it looks like my nail has grown and is a little bit overgrown, is actually cut underneath the finger, so I like never have nails. Or when I do, it looks like I got really long nails. And I don't have toenails on 4 of my toes. Fun fact, right? I didn't know you could just not have toenails. But after many years of, or rather, I guess I shouldn't say they don't exist. They do exist. They just don't grow anymore. And they've kind of just become amalgamated with just tough calluses around them. So in karate, I used to always cut my toenails a lot. And then you break your toes a lot. And then you're a young kid, and then like you have bad coaches, and they don't really like pay attention to stuff like that. And then as an adult, you're going to cut your toenails, and your wife's like, "What the fuck's wrong with your toenail?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Everyone's toenails look like this." And it's just, she's like, "No, it's your toe is at a 90-degree angle to the rest of your foot." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's fine." And it just causes weird stuff. But yeah, fun fact: 4 of my toenails are just like, they just like don't grow, or when they do, they just kind of are like callous on the foot. So weird. This is what you're all here for, right? Banana time? Oh no, banana mic. I got banana on my microphone. Damn it. Wasn't so bad. Yeah, I need to keep remembering to buy bananas. The banana strikes back? I did nothing to the banana. I opened it in the most humane way possible. You see how clean that is? I even opened it from the right end. So I have a little handle here to hold on to. Eating its insides. Yeah, it didn't even pay me either. Wow. All right. Second model complete. Oh, look at that. The thumb's all good too. And then we move on to the third of the night, which is part of the Lord of the Rings job. And it'll be the last you guys ever see of these Lord of the Rings models, because after this, tomorrow at 2 p.m., they're going home to Mr. Greg. They're going to go home, and they will be played by him and his family. So let's start. Let's do another prediction. No, let's not, because those don't work. I need to think of something good to do. I hate that. Because if I was playing like League of Legends or something, I could just be like even or odd kills. And I'm not really invested because it's your guys' points. But this one, it just feels like kind of like trivia. Almost. It's having you blindly guess. Because no one's keeping track of the actual... Well, I guess... Oh, wait. That is kind of how it works. I don't know. I'll have to do some thinking. Some real soul searching. I'm Grizzly, the Dwarven Cleric. My name's Dis. I am the stepped. I'm the aunt of Balin. Or Keely and Feely. I forget which. I'm getting old. I can't remember my nephews. Her name is Dis. D-I-S. I couldn't remember if she was the aunt or the... Oh, it would be aunt, yeah. Her name is D-I-S. And what's fun is, so while doing research for this project, Tolkien very specifically did his best not to provide a lot of super specific physical descriptions of characters. And when asked, he gave some pretty good reasons. He wanted people to experience the characters and the story rather than factual information about them, and then form their own version of them in his head. Because, and he's actually the first person that's ever mentioned this outside of something that I've thought to myself, and that is, you guys ever been reading a book and then you watch the movie or you reread a book and you have like a whoa moment? I have one in the Inheritance Cycle, book 1, when Aragorn goes to the Varden for the first time. I missed the only one of like the 2 references in the entirety of all 4 books times where they reference the fact that the people of the Varden, including the daughter and the leader of the Varden, they're black. They have dark skin. And it's only mentioned once when they originally walk into the Varden, and again later when he asks if her skin is dyed, because in this book, in this world, in this fantasy universe, he's never seen any people that used to live in the desert. It would kind of be like Anglo-Saxons seeing people from Egypt for the first time. So I wouldn't even say black. I would say of darker skin. So he asked, like, is it dyed? And that's like, those are the only 2 times it's ever mentioned. Blew my mind. I was like, when I first saw the movie, I was like, that's so cool. Because it was never brought up again. Because like they didn't deal with anything like racism and something in that book. I mean, at the time, Christopher Polani was what, like 15 years old? He wasn't trying to cure social angst. He was trying to write a book about dragons. Not social angst, social injustice. He was trying to write about dragons. So yeah, like it's never brought up in a significant way, but Tolkien wanted to avoid moments like that when writing his books, because he remembered being disappointed about the description of certain characters in some of the books that he read growing up. And yes, I think if you go through and you comb and you can find enough, you can find good descriptions of, especially people like in the Fellowship and such. But in a lot of these other characters, like Dis, she doesn't ever really get a good description because it never really needs one. She is known by name and title and deed. Which seems like it would be ahead of its time, but for the most part, not really, because the only thing she's ever known for is who she gave birth to. So it kind of also breaks her down to just being a woman. Not great. I will say better, but not great. Because she did a lot of really cool stuff. She managed a bank at one point. She fought many a brave battle. But you win some, you lose some. And I feel like in today's day and age, we're starting to win more, but our losses are becoming more public. Okie dokie. So we got some of our grays down. I want that gray to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to grab a little bit of black. It's going to keep swirling until I get a color that I like. Yeah. And I don't want the whole thing to be like that, just like the middle sections here. So we're not bringing it quite up to the edges. It's kind of like, you see me highlighting things sometimes. This is kind of almost like the inverse of that. Recess shadings. Yeah, I do the same thing. Shadow, honestly, whenever I'm reading a book, I end up having a picture of them up in here. Like Kaladin and Mistborn. I was rereading that, and Brandon Sanderson gives a really good description. Kalador, sorry. And I was like, no. Fuck all of that. He looks like this. And I just ignored it for the rest of the book. All right. Now I had a reference picture for this one too that I was looking at. But I hate it. Don't I? Yeah, okay. So we're just going to keep going. I'm going to grab some dark stone. Where are we at? We're at 3.5 hours? Okay, good deal. Let's go ahead and get some more paint on this model. And then call it a night, and I'll keep working on it. Solo. And again, this model, a lot of the times when I see it painted, features a lot of really ostentatious gold. But no, I want to do a really nice brass or bronze. So I want something. So I chose dark stone instead of black, because black would look really good with the nice gold trim. But I want something a little bit warmer. This dark stone will do it. It's got a little bit of red in there. So we're just painting all these little recess areas. We don't have to be too particularly neat, because we're going to paint over them here. We're going to paint all those white areas with the bronze. Dimitri from Vampire Academy movie. Claire from Shadowhunters TV show. Yeah, it's so hard, especially when you're talking about like adaptations, because then they like try and get close, but there's also a big push to not necessarily only cast actors that look the right way for a particular character, which is perfectly right. I agree with that. Like, if someone's going to be good for a role, minus, like, the color of their hair, yeah, that's fine. Let's just let them do the job, because it'll be good. I don't know if that's supposed to be titty cleavage or not, but it's going to become armor. I don't know. That is definitely armor. Now, these areas will be a little bit hard to touch up, so I want to make sure to get a really nice, good coat on there. Oh, they got somebody from Russia that didn't speak a lot of English to play the character. That's pretty great. Yeah, I love when foreign actors struggle with English and they play like certain types of characters. It really just lends so much to the performance in such like a very natural way. See, I think I got all the recesses here in the armor. Yeah. Okay. Grab a little bit more black and mix it into our mixture here. Get a little bit of a smaller. So what we've done with our gray, we started with just the pure gray. I added a little bit of black and I made all this area, and I just added a little bit more black, and now I have this really, really dark spot. So it's kind of like the opposite of what we do for faces. We're just slowly getting darker. And then we just paint a little area here in the middle. And along these ridges, like so. It's kind of like the opposite of highlighting. And then, want to guess what we do? We want to do our highlight areas. Yep. Have a little bit of our white, mix in our gray. And there is our lighter gray. And then, yeah, so some of these Lord of the Rings models did have a lot of detail, which, frankly, awesome. I prefer that, because we can do the details just fine. Then we just go here. We add a little bit of a highlight. And then we go in here. We add a little bit more white. Sorry, down here. I do like fine detail work on models though, because once you've practiced for a long time and you have the brush control, it's a lot more relaxing. We just hit these corners. Like so. And that's it. So now you can see there on those little leg thingies, they look a little bit more This dark area in the middle is a little bit too big. So we're going to go here. So that was our super dark. So we go to our less than super dark. And we're just going to reestablish a better area for that, like that. Especially this one. This one was definitely too big. If we keep our paint thin, we can literally just cover it up. That's it. The darker red on the model color and then the red. Well, I will try to avoid doing grayscale armor. I definitely hate grayscale armor or doing anything non-metallic metal, especially when using whites and blacks. But I'd be interested what you see when you Google non-metallic metal and you look at something like swords done in that way. I wonder what it would look like for you, Shadow. And you can actually send me a message about that because actually I'm curious. Anyway, everybody, it's been a real painting session. We had a lot of fun. We didn't get to it tonight because I was a lazy bones and work was busy. But next Friday, we're gonna continue work on the dragon. This is where we did a little bit of it on Tuesday. We just laid down a base coat on him. So we're gonna go in and finish up his tail. I ran out of paint. And go ahead and start adding some highlights in there as well. And then we'll start working on the wings. And then we'll start working on all of his little details. And then we'll start working on his base. So yeah, these dragons I really want to be bigger projects for us because significant milestones for the channels, guys. I really appreciate it. We're starting to build a little bit of a community. When I release a YouTube video, I know that it's going to pop up for over 120 people on their subscriptions. Blowing my mind with that. Blowing my mind with that. Thank you all so very much. And anyway, you all have a great rest of your evening. I am going to keep putting away at these at this end of this Lord of the Rings commission for the next couple hours, and probably like 4 or 5 hours. So if you need anything, you want to share anything, shoot me a message. If I don't get back to you, it's because I'm just working. Anyway, you all have a great rest of your night, and everything that you paint, everything that you do, everything you create. What metallic? Metallic? Oh, you are going to Google non-metallic metal painting. Or miniature non-metallic metal. Really curious if grayscale blindness prevents you from seeing what everybody else sees. Yes, she found Miniac's Guide to Non-Metallic Metal. One of the most popular ones out there, yes. That's a really good guide, actually. I've tried to follow it along multiple times. Still terrible at it. Anyway, you all have a great rest of your night. As I was saying, anything you do, anything you create, it's always good enough. As long as you put the best parts of yourself in it. That's great. You all have a great rest of your evening, and I will catch you on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.